Hello everybody, I am back. I'm ready to get back on board, do some learning, pass all what I learned on to you if you're willing to learn with me. So I want to call this Supplement Sunderday. You know, I make up words every now and again. Sunderday, meaning I am going to try and do an ingredient every week, a supplement every week, and try and get that posted either Saturday or Sunday, okay? So that is my plan, my intention, if I get enough feedback that this is something that is valuable for you, okay? So our first one we are gonna cover is quercetin. Quercetin has been, if you are like into health things and natural supplementation, quercetin has been on the radar for a couple years, maybe tied to stuff going on in our world, but quercetin has kind of gotten a lot of press lately. So what is it? What is quercetin? Quercetin is a flavonoid. What is a flavonoid? Okay, a flavonoid is something that is gonna color, it's a natural pigment that is found in some fruits and some vegetables and some grains, okay? So that is where it's found. It is found in things such as capers, red apples, red grapes, kale, red and white onions, peppers, it would be the yellow and the green ones, and cherries, tomatoes. Do you see kind of a theme going? Those highly pigmented fruits. It's actually in the bark or the peel is generally where it's found. Another one is tea, green tea and black tea. Okay, so that's just kind of a smattering of where quercetin is naturally found. So it is one of the most abundant antioxidants we get in our diet, okay? So it helps combat free radical damage. That's what an antioxidant does. Let's do a quick review. So antioxidants, free radicals. Free radicals are the bad guys. They come in from our environment, from foods we eat, from different things we do, from smoking, drinking, free radicals. They enter our bodies, they need to feed on something. They feed on our healthy cells, which we don't want going on. So if we get antioxidants into our system, those free radicals feed on the antioxidants instead of feeding on our healthy cells. Because worst case scenario, if that happens, and then our cells start to replicate, which they do, which we want them doing, we want healthy cells replicating, but if we've got damaged cells replicating, that's what we call cancerous. That is a defective cell, okay? That's our like quick little review of what that means. Okay, so how does it work? How does this all work? Okay, so proven antioxidant, that we know quercetin does for a fact. So it protects our cell structure from this tissue damage. Okay, that's what's going on when the free radicals get a hold of it instead. Now, what it does, like big picture health-wise, what does this quercetin do? What do these antioxidants do then? Okay, so things like anti-cancer, which we talked about. Specifically, studies have shown prostate cancer, when you have prostate issues. Other cancers, they have well on their way to documenting things, liver, lung, breast, endometrial, and it goes on and on and on. Interstitial cystitis is another thing, inflammation of the bladder, inflammation in general, inflammation, again, the prostatitis is what they call that, so it helps with that. It's gonna help with asthma, which is inflammation of the lungs. It also inhibits the oxidation of LDL cholesterol. It also has antihistamine effects, so things like allergies, hay fever, allergic conjunctivitis, when you get the eyes that just water constantly, right, during allergy season. In fact, a kind of fascinating study they had done in mice was specific for peanut allergies, and they would give quercetin, and it was effective in decreasing peanut allergies. So that's a thing too. That's very encouraging. Okay, another thing, brain disorder risks, so things like Alzheimer's and dementia, especially in early stages. Not so much when you get into the mid and the end stage disease, but in the early stage disease, this is found effective to help curtail that process of the Alzheimer's, okay? Here's a fun fact. If you've read up on Alzheimer's, coffee has been linked to helping Alzheimer's. And it's not the caffeine in there that is doing it. It's quercetin. There's quercetin in coffee. Interesting, huh? That's your fun fact in all this. Okay, another thing, decreases blood pressure. Another study they've done too in mice where it decreased the systolic and the diastolic at 18 and 23% decrease in those numbers. So that's substantial. I mean, that's moving the dial in the right way. So that's pretty exciting too. Because we all know that high blood pressure is pretty rampant, especially in our country. I'm sure others as well, but our country too. Okay, another thing it does, speculative, this would be more speculative, but combating aging, the whole process there, increasing exercise performance and blood sugar control. So there are studies that are being done on all of those areas as well, and they're showing very promising. So what do we need to avoid quercetin if you're not, in supplement wise, not like decreasing these foods or anything, but things that you would want to consider. If you already are running a low blood pressure, you probably don't need to be supplementing quercetin, okay? Another thing, blood clotting disorders. So you wouldn't want to be high dosing any type of quercetin products, okay? All right, bottom line. Typical dosing is anywhere from 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily. So again, if you've got the low blood pressure or if you've got the blood clotting disorders, you wouldn't want to be going above those amounts. It is poorly absorbed on its own though. It's not really bioavailable. So when you do see it in a supplement form, you'll see it paired a lot with vitamin C or digestive enzymes. So things like bromelain, which are going to help that absorb into your system and make it bioavailable. Okay. So bottom line, let's talk Plexus now. Plexus has two products that quercetin is in. It would be in the Immune Plus and it is in the Nerve, okay? Both of these products in a proprietary blend, meaning it's kind of like their special formula, okay? So we don't know exactly how much is in there. We are trusting the doctors that put it together because Plexus does it right, okay? So these two products, Immune Plus and Nerve Health, are the two products that quercetin is in as an active supplement form, all right? So just keep in mind also all the things it does. Let's just review quickly. So anti-inflammatory, huge. Chronic disease caused by inflammation. It's the root cause of so many diseases, okay? Blood pressure, heart disease, anything antioxidant related is huge. Allergies we talked about, and then these things that are a little bit more speculative yet on the radar in human studies. So it's pretty exciting out there. It's a great supplement, something to think about, something to consider on your next order. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know if this is helpful for you. Thanks for hanging in with me till the end of this, and I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great rest of your weekend, what is left of our Sunderday, and we will see you again next week.